Alright, picking up where we left off, I've ordered my scout sections in the center of the map to begin falling back, and in the meantime one of them has just been destroyed. You can see the Bradley here. I have no clue what killed it, but something did. This one up here is still engaging targets, but it's time for it to leave. And what I've done is I placed its waypoints, with this first one being a prohibited waypoint, until I hold down the control button and left click, and now it's active, and this particular Bradley is going to reverse out of its position along that little crest line there on the valley and fall back to its next position. And it died as well. Well, it happens. Artillery strike here coming in just to try and take out a couple of dismounts that were in that area. Not a big strike, just 2 guns with 3 rounds of HE each. Hopefully enough just to harass them. And there's some mortar fire that's impacted as well, but I think that's enough of that. So now I have a dilemma. I have lost my recon element that was covering a good portion of the likely avenue of approach for the Soviet regiment. But thankfully I did have, and they'll be here in just slightly over 6.5 minutes, a pair of OH-58 scout helicopters. And this is their initial battle position, so they'll have a good view of the terrain to the east and northeast of their position, which is again the likely avenue of approach. So right now, let's see, I've still got this scout team here. They've lost their ride, but I might as well just have them kind of hunker down and call in what they see. They were on their way back to get into the Bradley when it was destroyed. Down here, still engaging Soviet vehicles as they move into this large open area. This Bradley here, and it's probably time to begin to consider displacing it, although I'm not quite sure just yet what I want to do with it. Okay, I just issued this Bradley down here a set of waypoints so that it can bug out when I'm ready for it to. The first one, again, I locked so it won't actually move to this red waypoint until I left click it. But allows me to go ahead and have its movement planned out. And if you'll notice this Q up here, it's designates that the unit's going to move along the quickest path. It could also move along the most covered path or along the shortest path between waypoints. So in this case, I didn't have to draw an exact route following the roads in detail. I just clicked a couple of locations along the roads, and the because it's got the quickest waypoint for its SOP, it's going to move down the roads and then from waypoint to waypoint. So just something to remember when playing. We're engaging this unit here, 25 Mike, and it's not killing it, so that tells me we're probably dealing with a tank. Got a BMP up here. Still not much going on up north. But a BMP-2 moving down, and I don't think the Recon elements would have contained any BMP-2s, more than likely not. So I'm guessing, looking at the leading elements of the main Soviet force. So it's about time for my scouts, at least down here on the right flank, to maybe begin considering to pull back. I'd like to wait until my halos are in place, and then that way I'm not leaving this area here in the middle unobserved. Yep, here you go, tank. Let's see, we've got a T-80 moving down this dirt track. And as you can see, this Bradley's used up all its tows, so it's only got what's in its storage in the back of the Brad, so it's going to have to reload, and it's not going to do that while it's engaging. So it can shoot all day long at this T-80, but it's not going to do anything other than make it mad. Alright, here comes my Kiowa scout helicopters, and they're moving here to this battle position, from which they'll be able to observe along the river valley. Some more tracked vehicles. Looks like we haven't yet identified the type, so they just show up as a generic. And I'm going to go ahead and order this guy out of here. And we can watch him, since there's not much else going on. See how he moves down to the road. So from what I can tell, it looks like a large number of Soviet forces are beginning to move along the center of the valley. The question, I think, becomes what happens when they reach this choke point here where the village and the ridges come together. Do they go to the right and go north and skim the northern bank of the river, or do they go south along the southern bank? Hopefully my scout helicopters will help me make that determination here. I'll come back and pick up on the video and here when we have a little bit clearer picture as to what the Soviets' intent is.